Welcome back, everyone. We're diving deep today, and get this, we're exploring The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. This book, it's all about a young shepherd in Andalusia, Spain, beautiful place who just feels this yearning for something more.
It's a classic story of self-discovery
Okay.
and speaks to something so universal, that feeling of restlessness, that sense that there's got to be more to life than what we're currently experiencing.
Absolutely. And in this deep dive, we're going right to the source, pulling excerpts straight from the novel. Our mission, you ask? Well, it's to uncover those little nuggets of wisdom, those insights about destiny, omens, those things, the kind of stuff Coelho weaves so beautifully into his storytelling.
The Alchemist. It's not just some adventure tale about finding a treasure chest, though there is that.
Yeah.
It's about that inner journey, unearthing the treasure we all carry within that personal legend, as Coelho calls it.
Right, right. And the shepherd's journey, it all starts with a simple question. He runs into this girl and she's like, "Why are you just a shepherd if you can read?" And it hits him hard, like it sparks something deep inside him.
He doesn't have an answer right away,
Hmm.
which is interesting. It shows that internal struggle, the disconnect between where he is in life
Yeah.
and where his soul is pulling him.
Yeah, like he loves the freedom of travel, new experiences, but he's also got a good thing going, right? Warm jacket, wine, a good book. He even considers more traditional paths, like becoming a priest, which is interesting.
Oh, for sure. But his dad, he's got this cynical views. His travelers always come back the same. But the shepherd, he believes in growth, in transformation.
Total clash of viewpoints. It's this tension between the comfortable and the unknown, right? That question of, do I play it safe or chase my dreams?
A dilemma we all face at some point, I think.
So true. And for the shepherd, the thing that really sets him on his path, it's a dream. This recurring dream, vivid, where he sees himself finding treasure at the Egyptian pyramids.
Ah, the dream. That's the catalyst, the thing that pushes him to seek out this old woman who interprets dreams.
I'd probably do the same thing. A dream like that, it's got to mean something, right?
What's interesting is the old woman's interpretation. It's super cryptic, just that the treasure's at the pyramids, and that's it. And the shepherd, he's skeptical at first, almost dismisses her, like he's not quite ready to fully buy into the idea.
I mean, who wouldn't be? Buried treasure in some far-off land. Sounds like a fantasy novel, not real life.
Exactly, and that skepticism, it highlights the fear that often comes with our deepest desires, fear of the unknown, of stepping outside our comfort zones.
Makes sense, but then enters this mysterious old king, Melchizedek, and this meeting, it's a game changer.
Oh, absolutely. Melchizedek, he's this wise, enigmatic figure, and he introduces this idea of the soul of the world. It's like a guiding force in the universe.
And he basically says, if we truly want something, the universe conspires to help us achieve it. It's about aligning ourselves with our purpose, right?
Yes, and recognizing the omens along the way, those signs that point us in the right direction.
He even tells a story about the shopkeeper who always dreamed of traveling but waited too long. A cautionary tale about not letting fear hold us back, right?
It's a powerful reminder that we shouldn't let fear or complacency keep us from pursuing our personal legend.
So this encounter with Melchizedek, it's what gives the shepherd that final push to actually embark on his journey to find that treasure. But of course, things don't always go as planned, and the shepherd quickly learns that the path to his personal legend is going to be full of twists and turns.
And that's where we'll pick up next time with the shepherd facing his first real test, a dose of harsh reality in Tangier.
Stay tuned, folks. It's about to get interesting. So last time we were talking about this shepherd finding some unexpected success, right? Working at that crystal shop. And at the same time, he's getting better at recognizing those omens, those signs.
But yeah, even with things going well, he's still drawn to that dream of the pyramids, that treasure.
Totally. It's like a pull he can't ignore.
Like something deep down is telling him he's not done yet.
Right. He needs to keep moving, keep growing.
So he ends up joining a caravan crossing the Sahara Desert. Talk about a change of scenery. From that cozy crystal shop to the vast, unpredictable desert.
Huge shift. What happens to him out there in the desert? How does it change him?
The desert, it becomes like a teacher for him. It strips everything back, forces him to rely on his instincts, and, those 2 stones Melchizedek gave him.
Urim and Thummim.
Yeah, those become super important out in the desert. They help him read the signs, make decisions when everything feels uncertain.
It's like the desert's alive, speaking to him in a language he's finally starting to understand.
Kind of like a mystical, powerful force shaping him.
And he meets some interesting people along the way, right?
Oh, definitely. There's the Englishman, who who represents a very intellectual approach to knowledge, all about books and theories.
And the shepherd, he's more about learning by doing, experiencing things firsthand.
Exactly. It's like two different paths to understanding the world.
And we can't forget the camel driver. He seems to embody the wisdom of the desert itself.
Ah, yes, the camel driver. Living in the moment, accepting what comes, respecting the power of nature.
It's almost like he's echoing Melchizedek's teachings about fear and being present.
Right, like he's learned to flow with the desert, with life's ups and downs.
So the desert, the camel driver, the Englishman, they're all pushing the shepherd to grow, to see things in new ways.
They're like guides on his journey, each with their own wisdom to share.
But there's one encounter in the desert that really stands out, right? His meeting with Fatima at the oasis.
Ah, Fatima. That's a whole other level of connection, a deep, instant love.
It's like they speak a language beyond words, a heart-to-heart connection.
And what's remarkable is Fatima, she understands his need to keep going, to finish his journey, even though she loves him.
That's amazing. It's like she's saying, I love you, but I also love your dreams. That's true love, right?
It is. And it reinforces the idea that love shouldn't hold us back. It should empower us to become our best selves.
So beautiful. But even with Fatima's support, as time passes, the shepherd starts feeling this anxiety, this urgency. He's torn between his love for her and his quest for the treasure. Tough spot to be in.
It's a struggle many of us can relate to, balancing our responsibilities with our aspirations, our heart's desires.
Definitely. And it's right at this point, when the shepherd's feeling the most conflicted, that the alchemist finally shows up.
The Alchemist, the legendary figure who can turn lead into gold.
Exactly. And it feels like everything the shepherd's learned so far has been leading up to this meeting.
He's ready for the next level of guidance, the final push towards his destiny.
The alchemist, he encourages the shepherd to really listen to his heart, trust his intuition, embrace those challenges.
He's like a master teacher, guiding the shepherd towards self-mastery.
And he drops this bombshell of a line: wherever your heart is, that is where you will find your treasure.
Powerful, right?
So powerful. It's like, whoa, what if the treasure isn't what he thinks it is?
Exactly. What if the real treasure is something deeper, more profound than gold and jewels?
Like a transformation of the soul, right?
Exactly. The journey itself, the lessons learned, that's the true gold.
And this idea of the treasure being more than just a physical thing, it's emphasized again when the shepherd has a vision. He sees an attack on the oasis, but at first, everyone thinks it's just a dream, right?
But it turns out to be true. And the alchemist, he points out something crucial. He says sometimes the future's revealed so we can change it, so we can take action.
Oh, that's deep. Like we have more power than we realize.
Exactly. We're not just puppets of fate.
And this idea of having the power to change things, it's put to the ultimate test when the shepherd meets the tribal chieftains.
Oh boy, here we go.
They give him this insane challenge. Turn yourself into the wind in 3 days, or else.
Talk about a life or death situation. It's the ultimate test of the shepherd's faith, his courage, his connection to everything he's
And you're being
learned.
pushed to his absolute limit. How can he possibly do this?
It seems impossible, right? And in that moment of desperation, he turns to the desert, to the wind, for help.
It's such a beautiful scene. Like he's acknowledging the interconnectedness of everything.
And the wind, it responds. It says, when you are loved, you can do anything in creation. Connecting back to Fatima, the power of love.
Whoa, love is this powerful force.
Right. But even the wind can't tell him how to become it. It directs him to a higher source, to speak to the hand that wrote all.
So now he has to go even deeper, connect with something even bigger than himself.
He's seeking ultimate guidance, tapping into that divine source.
And as he prays, he has this incredible realization.
He taps into the soul of the world, recognizes his own potential for miracles.
Wow, like we all have that potential within us.
Absolutely. And it's this realization that allows him to succeed. He transforms into the wind, leaving those chieftains speechless.
I get chills just thinking about it. He faced the impossible and won. What a moment. Okay, so last time we left off with the shepherd literally transforming into the wind. It was incredible. But even after proving he could do the impossible, his journey isn't over yet, right?
Right. Turning into the wind, it was a huge moment, a turning point for sure. But it's not the end goal.
He still hasn't reached those pyramids or found that treasure.
Exactly. It's like he's leveled up, you know? He's ready for the next phase.
He's still got more to learn, more to experience.
And as he travels with the alchemists, the lessons keep coming. The alchemist tells him a story about two sons.
Oh, yeah, I remember that story. One's a famous poet, right?
Yeah, super famous. His words captivated all of Rome. But the other friend, he was a simple man. But his words, they had a deeper impact, a lasting power.
It's like the alchemist saying it's not about being flashy or famous.
It's about those genuine moments of connection, those heartfelt words that really touch people.
And it made me think about the shepherd's journey, you know? All those little encounters he's had along the way, the girl who asked him that question, the crystal merchant, the camel driver, they all taught him something valuable.
Right. Those seemingly small moments, they can have a huge impact.
They shape who we become.
And then there's that incredible scene where the alchemist transforms lead into gold.
Talk about a visual metaphor.
It's alchemy in action.
It's like he's showing the shepherd and us that transformation is possible, that we can overcome our limitations.
And it's not just about physical transformations, right? It's about those inner transformations, the changes we go through as we pursue our dreams.
But even after all that, even after learning from the alchemist, the shepherd faces another huge obstacle. He gets attacked by robbers. Beaten, robbed, left for dead.
Oof, yeah, it's like a gut punch. He's come so far, only to be knocked down right before the finish line.
It's a test of his resilience, his faith.
Like, will he give up now, or will he keep going?
And this is where things get really interesting, right? Because as the robbers are leaving, their leader mentions something.
He says he has this recurring dream about finding treasure.
A dream, just like the shepherd.
Exactly. And where's the treasure in his dream?
Don't tell me. At a ruined church.
Yep, a ruined church in Spain. This shepherd's hometown.
Wow. What are the chances? It's like everything's coming full circle.
The shepherd's journey has led him right back to where he started.
It's like he had to go on this whole adventure, experience all those things to realize the treasure was always there.
Sometimes we have to travel far and wide to appreciate what's right in front of us.
So the shepherd, he goes back to that ruined church, digs under the sycamore tree.
And finds a chest filled with gold and jewels.
He actually found it.
He did. But I think the real treasure, it's not the gold itself.
Right. It's the journey he took to get there, the lessons he learned, the person he became.
The gold, it's like a symbol of everything he gained along the way.
Exactly. It's a reminder that sometimes the greatest discoveries are not about finding something new, but about seeing the familiar with new eyes.
The shepherd story, it's a story about self-discovery, about following our dreams, about trusting the journey.
It's a story that reminds us that we all have a personal legend waiting to be uncovered.
So we'll leave you with this question. What's your personal legend?
What dreams are calling to you? What signs are you seeing?
Are you listening to those whispers, those nudges from the universe?
The shepherd's journey is an invitation to embrace our own adventures, to trust that something bigger is guiding us, even if that journey leads us right back to where we started.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the Alchemist.
We hope it's inspired you to follow your own path, to uncover your own treasures.
Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep dreaming.
Until next time, folks.